Excellent. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for taking the time to join me. As I mentioned earlier, before the recording started, I'm in sunny Spain, enjoying myself. So, you're obviously all different parts of the world, and you're all busy. And even those of you that are watching this by video, I appreciate you're busy. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and it's my sincerest wish that you will get a lot out of it, some information, some thoughts, ideas, things that will sort of prompt you to um, increase your wealth, and not just over the next few weeks and months, but long term. We're trying to make a lifetime change in our financial situation, and some of the things we're going to talk about tonight will become part of that jigsaw puzzle. Because Wealth Warriors isn't a platform; it's a community, as I'm sure you all know on this call. And it's not one thing, it's kind of a jigsaw puzzle where we take the best of what we can find that's available on the internet now, things that are different platforms, different ways of doing things, add maybe a little bit of our own strategy, our own thoughts and ideas, and put this jigsaw puzzle together to give us what we want, which I suspect is personal wealth, uh, generational wealth. Not everybody's got an idea to create a legacy and pass that legacy on to future generations, or to Battersea Dogs Home or something. But surveys for many, many, many years have shown that that it is a big driving force for most people to leave a legacy. To when we leave this planet, we want to leave it better than when we arrived, and we want at least some people to think about us once in a while. My personal goal is that the Bible actually says that a good man leaves enough money for his children's children. I'd like to leave enough money that they've got something serious to fight over. So that's kind of my plan. So we're not going to be talking about Wealth Warriors in too much, because most of the people on the call here and most of the people watching the video, I suspect, already know how we do things. You understand the philosophy, you know why we're doing it, and the basic idea is we're building teams of people, we're building a community of people and we all work together and stick together through thick and thin, so that we help each other achieve our personal goals, at least of personal wealth and generational wealth. There's other things we can do later, like we can protect our wealth once we've created it and so on. So we won't be touching on that too much, but just to let you know, there's a lot of stuff available through Wealth Warriors. It's a whole system. It's not massively complicated, but there are some rules to live by. So what I'm going to do this evening is I'm going to ignore most of that, and we're going to talk a little bit about each of the platforms. And in particular, there's one new platform that I think we ought to adopt. And there's not really a new platform. It kind of is, but it isn't. It's something you can make some money from, but predominantly it's something to support our efforts to make money in cryptex. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Now, I'm fully aware that some of you, when I start talking about some of these platforms, some of you know more than I do. And that's not, I'm not afraid to admit that. I don't profess to be a guru about all things. What I do know, though, is that when we select a platform, we have a specific need for it. And that need generally falls into the two categories. One is that people can get in for a reasonably small amount of money, say $100, and they can build a passive income from that. Start small. The platform is reliable enough that it's going to be around for a number of years, and so we can start small and build big over time. So that's kind of the first thing we want, is a passive income. And the second is that some of us are crazy enough to be able to build teams of people, and so we want a system that can reward us for building teams of people. As well as the passive income, we get this team building or the networking, or an affiliate, or whatever type of income you want to call it, but it's for building teams of people. So we want that to be available. And so when we're selecting platforms, that's kind of what we're looking for. Now, once we've got that, we say, for example, and the great example is BitHarvest. BitHarvest gave us those two things, and many of us have got a passive income from our Bit boosters. We've also got maybe a small or a large team building income from our efforts to build a team of people within BitHarvest. But now BitHarvest has gone on to do other things with its own coin, BTH, and to team up with a wallet And there's other rewards programs. You can earn an iPhone 17 or whatever it is. Okay, I don't keep up to date with all of that because I don't need it, and I don't think Wealth Warriors needs it. Now, if you want to do that, if you want to be aware of that, then go on the Zoom calls, listen to Walter, listen to Jan, find out all the ins and outs, all the intricate stuff, and do that. I'm all in favour of you doing that. All what I'm saying is, for Wealth Warriors, we don't need that. To me, that becomes complicated. It takes us away from the main mission, which is have a passive income, have a team building income, and move on and get a lot of different platforms that provide a passive income and a team building income. And I think if we stick to these platforms and get into the nitty gritty, we can be sidetracked away from our main mission. And I don't see that all this other stuff that is happening in BitHarvest and in a lot of other platforms, I don't see that as really adding to our main mission. I could be wrong. You could talk to me and present a case and say, well, I think we should all focus on this because it's going to double our income, whatever it is. Then we can talk about it, and that's absolutely fine. You might say, well, I don't care what you say, Andy. Within my part of Wealth Warriors, within my community, within Wealth Warriors, we're going to do this. That's great. Do that. But I'm explaining to you why I don't focus on all the intricacies of all of these platforms. I just want the basics because that's I think that's where our wealth is going to come from. So I was going to say something else about that. As you know, I don't talk in straight lines, but I get it all said eventually, so I'll probably come back to that. So as you know, BitHarvest is moving on. We started off with the AI 70 booster, and the performance of the AI 70 booster has been turned down. I don't know whether it's deliberately been done by the company. I suspect it has, based on what I know of how boosters work, how the price of Bitcoin works, how Bitcoin mining works. The fact that the AI 80 Pro is only 15% more powerful than the AI 70 Pro, yet it earns twice as much money. So there's something strange going on there. And that's fine if that's what the company wants to do. I think BitHarvest is a great business. You can put some money in, buy some boosters, and you'll receive Bitcoin forever, unless that booster breaks down, of course. And then, of course, you've got the 5-year guarantee or warranty. So they'll replace it free of charge if it breaks down within 5 years. But these are solid state devices. They generally tend not to break down. So, and if it does, then at some point in the future, you'd have made enough money to be able to afford to replace it. So BitHarvest is a great business, but I don't think we want to be spending more than a proportion of our time, money, and effort building it. We want to get some boosters, maybe compound that by taking the profit from BitHarvest, take half the profit out to do other things, and take half the profit and reinvest it back into whatever we can get, whether we want to still get the AI 70 shares or save up and get the AI 70 total or the AI 80 Pro, whatever we want to do. And if you end up with you win the lottery or something, I would recommend buy a load of AI 80 Pros because they will produce Bitcoin for you for a very, very, very long time. I predict at least 140 years, but what do I know? So I don't think there's anything underhand or untoward with the way BitHarvest are running their business. It's just that we weren't told about this, and so at some point in the future they're gonna introduce the AI 90 Pro and then the AI 100 Pro and so on. So look out for that. That's going to and then they have the upgrade service. So you pay a bit more money and then you get one of your AI 70s upgraded to an AI 80 or whatever it is they're offering. So if you want to get involved in all that sort of stuff, have at it. But I don't personally. When I first saw BitHarvest, I thought that was our flagship. I thought that was the thing we were going to drag everything along behind us, and people would be getting into Wealth Warriors predominantly because of BitHarvest, and then we're going to bring them into all these other platforms because of the system we have. It makes sense for them to get into all these other platforms with us. Sadly, I don't see that as the what we're doing. And again, you could prove me wrong, or we could discuss it and you could shout me down. That this is a democracy after all. But I think that the position for Bit Harvest is we make our money in something else like Cryptex or possibly one of these other platforms I'm talking to you about, maybe Matrix Freedom. So we make some money there, and then we say, now I want to do something with some of that money. I don't want to pay it all in taxes. I certainly don't want to lose it all by putting it, losing 15% a year by putting it in the bank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a load of bit boosters, and then you have this ongoing income from the bit boosters that will far exceed what you put in. It will just take a little while for that to happen. So Bit Harvest is a great place to park some money. I don't think it's somewhere where we're going to go and be excited about uh, generating our wealth from there. Again, that's my opinion. But I've given it quite a bit of thought. So, like I say, Bit Harvest, great business, and we'll look forward to making a lot of money from that at some point in the future. So the next one we're looking at is Matrix Freedom. Matrix Freedom is a great business, and um, we're still having a few challenges with Matrix Freedom, and some of it. So, give you a brief overview of Matrix Freedom. Matrix Freedom is part of the freedom movement, if you like. The chap who created Matrix Freedom is Ian Clifford. His full name is Ian Clifford Stamp, but he goes by the name of Ian Clifford. And he's created this system where you can find your way around all the different acts of parliament and laws in your country, and different parts of the Constitution, whether it's the British or the French or the American Constitution, it doesn't matter. Okay, find your way around all of this to unravel well, he calls it the Matrix. It's a control system. And if you watch the Matrix, with Keanu Reeves, it's a little bit like that. The things that people believe about the way the world works, most of them are not true. And so what he does, he educates us about how the world works, and then shows us how, by unraveling that to a certain extent, by claiming back what's rightfully ours, we can actually claim back money that we've paid out in the past on mortgages, on loans, and money that's gone out of our bank accounts, and so on and so forth. We can claim all of that money back on an ongoing basis. He calls it an infinite money project. Okay, so that's kind of it. It's not all about the money. It's predominantly about becoming free from the control matrix, because once you're free to live your life your way, take control of your own destiny. You're not beholden to a government or any sort of control system, political system, financial system. You're in control of your destiny, which I suspect is pretty much what we all want anyway. We don't want anybody else telling us what to do. So the infinite money system basically works that what you do is you claim back, for example, all the money that went out of your bank account for the last 3 years. And it doesn't matter why it left your bank account, whether it was to buy a car, pay for a holiday, you took it out as cash, pay for your daughter's wedding. It doesn't matter why you took the money out of your bank account, but you can claim all of that money back again. And once you've got that money back, what you do is you put it in your bank account, and then you spend it all from your bank account, so the next year you can claim it all back again. Okay, so that's the infinite money loop. You're constantly claiming back last year's money, put it in your bank account, spending it, and then claiming it back next year. So you've got to be careful with the timing. There's like a 1 year overlap. But once you've set it up, once you're doing it, it literally is an infinite money loop. And you can also use a similar system to the mortgage. So you can reclaim all of the mortgages you've ever had. And you can use the same system then to constantly keep your bank account topped up with funds. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. I don't want to go into how it works, but basically, you get given $1 million or £1 million or £1 million yen or whatever the figure is, and then you go through, put in some paperwork, claim it all back, and then you repay back the where you got the money from. But it's all within Matrix Freedom. You never owe the money, you never loan the money. You just pay it back once you've got it. So it's an infinite money loop, and we want to get onto that. It's taking time to get it set up. I've been doing this I started looking at Matrix Freedom about nearly 3 years ago. I got involved 2.5 years ago. I gave them some money 2.5 years ago. And I've yet to see the results of that, but have been with them on the journey while they try one thing that doesn't work and they do something else. And a little while later, we find out that doesn't work. And then they're working with the Inland Revenue in America, and the Inland Revenue say, oh, no, you can't do that. This is how you do it. So they start doing it, and then they find out that doesn't quite work. So they've got to do something different. So, but we are getting there. Some people have been getting their money through. Nobody that I know personally, but I have met on Zoom calls. I have met people who received money back from the system that we're all trying to get involved with. Okay, so the idea behind Matrix Freedom is that you get to live an abundant life. You never have to worry. Once you can claim back all the money you want, or you can create whatever money you want, you never have to worry about money again. It doesn't necessarily mean you're massively wealthy, but you know, if you need, let's suppose you need £1 million a year or $1 million a year to live on. Okay, once you're in that infinite money loop, then you constantly get £1 million a year, $1 million a year. So you're not massively wealthy, but you are living a very comfortable lifestyle. You don't have to worry about money, and you can provide for yourself, your family, the things that you care about, the churches or the charities you want to support. Okay, so you're living your best life at that point. Okay, like I say, it's not massively wealthy, but it's very nice. Thank you very much. So what I suggest with Matrix Freedom is get involved. There's also a system that if you become an affiliate, you have to request to become an affiliate. If you become an affiliate, then you can introduce other people. When they pay for the services, such as the mortgage recoupment or the bank payment recoupment, okay, when they pay for that service, you earn a commission. When that money comes in for those people to recoup that money, let's say it's a few £100,000, okay, you receive a commission on the back end as well. So you get two lots of commissions. But the most important thing, of course, about introducing your friends is that you know some people that you would like to see them claim all that money back. If nobody claims it back, the government just spends it. So it all gets claimed back, and they can start living their best life. And you know, you probably know some people you would like to put them in that position. Now, there's a lot more to it than that. There is also a website where you can go and you can just learn about everything they do. I think it's about 40 or 50 videos now, and each video is about 10 minutes long. So, for example, it's bank recoupment in 10 minutes, mortgage recoupment within 10 minutes or in 10 minutes. That doesn't mean you're going to get the money in 10 minutes. That means you can learn about it in 10 minutes. Just so I clarify that. So, yeah, so that's Matrix Freedom, and we talked about Bit Harvest. The next one that I'm excited about, and as you know, I wasn't excited about it, is Cryptex. And I've done a lot of looking into Cryptex, so I still don't know the validity of it. As you know, as soon as if I knew all the salaryman got me on video, nice. So yeah, if I could verify those details, then I would, and I would tell you all about it. As it is with a lot of these things to do with due diligence, you check everything you can check up until a point, and when you can't check anymore, you say, okay, so there's a gap between what I can absolutely prove and what I'm being told. Do I like that size gap? Can I wear it? In financial terms, you call it a risk appetite. And if there's too much information, if there's too many unanswered questions, if it's going to cost you too much money, or there's too much to lose, or you're afraid of losing your friends or making a fool of yourself, okay, you might say, no, the risk's too great, I'm not going to touch it. Well, with Cryptex, what I've done for myself, and I like the feedback I get from wealth warriors that pretty much all wealth warriors feel the same, that the reward, the potential reward from Cryptex is such that it's worth the risk. And the risk could be as little as $100. So $100 in could get you $21,000 out in 2 years, $35,000 out in 3 years, $400,000 in 5 years, or about $1 million, about 1.4, 1.5 million in 7 years. Okay, if you wanted to put a bit more risk in there, a bit more into the pot, then you could put in $1,000, and in 2 years you can get 300,000, or in 3 years it's Sorry, I've lost it now. I think it's 450,000 in 3 years. Okay, so you might say, well, $1,000 too much for me. Maybe $100 is too much for you. But I suspect most of us could put ourselves in a position where we put in $100 just to see if it works. And if it all goes horribly wrong, it's not gonna ruin our lives. Where I've had people who aren't in that position, if $100 is massively huge amount of money for them, I give them the $100 myself. And I've done that for quite a number of my friends and family. So I don't feel that if anything goes wrong, I don't feel that it's a bad thing. And if it doesn't go wrong, I'm flavor of the month, probably for quite a long time. Um, However, I'm based on what I've just said, I'm quite happy to talk to anybody about cryptex and let them know exactly what I've just told you. We don't know all the answers. We've seen some videos about people withdrawing after or getting paid out. We've seen a lot of screenshots. There's some screenshots in the standard presentation. There's a video that's available on your own landing page. And so I'm quite happy to say to people, this is what I know. I can't verify this. I know this guy, Mario, who made this video about withdrawing $400,000. I don't know him well. He might be able to lie with a straight face. I don't know. And so based on that, I'm quite happy to talk to people about cryptex, and I have been. What I know about cryptex, though, is that I've just been looking into, and as you know, I gave a presentation last week about cryptex. And I'm not going to use that, by the way, in case you're wondering why that video hasn't come out. I'm not going to use it because I didn't like it. I was proud of it because the bit that does the calculating, that's the first bit of coding I've done in over a year since I did my last bit harvest spreadsheet, which was running on coding. So that's the first bit of coding I did in over a year. So I was proud of it, and I wanted to show you guys. But as it turns out, it wasn't very good in terms of assisting the presentation. It didn't make things clearer for people. So I've changed it, and I really changed it based on what Sean said. I don't know if it was during that call or at a later stage. And Sean basically suggested where I was talking about the different contracts we can have, why not then just put up on the screen what the results are? And as I said at the time, I had thought of that, but I wanted to use this coding I'd done. So, that's just me being prideful. But I have changed it now to show the figures. So as soon as we look at what it takes to set up a contract, we then see what the rewards are. And if you want me to, before the video is finished, I can get that up on screen and we can have a look at it. Just that bit, we won't run through the whole presentation. So somebody just put thumbs up if they think they'd like to see that, or just put something in the chat if they'd like to see that. So yeah, we've been looking at, so we were looking at that, and then we went on to look at the different bonuses. And when I first got involved in cryptex, I didn't even look at the bonuses, but the bonuses are actually a very, very good source of income, because with the contracts, you can't touch the contracts until they're finished. But with the commissions, certainly the upfront commissions, the direct commissions, when you introduce people, they buy a contract, you get a commission within fractions of a second. You can then withdraw that if you want to. There's three things you can do with the commission in cryptex. One is you can withdraw it. Two is you can internally transfer it to somebody else. Three is you can buy more contracts yourself. So, that's useful to know. And that money is available as soon as it's in your wallet. The second lot of commissions, which should be a lot more money, is based on the contract maturing. Every day, when somebody that you've introduced or somebody they've introduced down to 20 levels, when they get paid their daily profits, a little bit of daily profit is added to your account. And when that contract matures in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years, that money then is released into your wallet. And I've seen some of the figures some of these guys are getting that have built big teams of people, and they're getting a lot of commission from that. So it's worthwhile actually spending a little bit of time and building a team of people, getting them, getting a lot of contracts in your group, and and basically, help people to do that, help people to make their commissions, help people to get their contracts sorted, and at a later stage, you then get rewarded for that effort. And it's a totally disproportionate amount of money. It doesn't come from the people you're helping. That's what I love about this. Some of you have known me for a long time. I don't really like to do things. In fact, I don't do things where I take money from the people that I introduce. When they pay money, if their money is reduced by having to pay my commission, I generally stay away from those platforms. I don't like them. But in this case, the money doesn't come from those people. It comes from Cryptex. So I like that. I'll take as much money off Cryptex as I can get. Thank you very much. So that's two of the commissions. The third one is the leadership bonus, which is a tremendous bonus, but you do need to have a large group of people. You need to have 100 people on your front line before you can start getting the leaders bonus. And each of those people on your front line must have at least a $100 contract. When you start receiving that bonus, it comes from all of the new contracts in your business below you down to infinity. And some people are earning 60, 70,000 a month just from that type of bonus. So again, that's worth doing. If you look at the maths, I showed you the maths and it got to silly numbers. It really got to millions of dollars per month. And, that's just a function of the maths. But there are people earning $60,000, $70,000 a month just from that bonus. Imagine what they're going to earn when the contracts pay out below them. So that's always worth looking at. Now, one of the things that we were looking at with Cryptex is getting our money out, because most of us have got a way of getting a few $100s or a few $1,000s out of BitHarvest, for example. But how are we going to get $35,000 worth of BitHarvest out to spend? If you put it through, if I put it through my normal route, which is to send it to crypto.com, and then in crypto.com, I sell it and send it to my crypto.com app. And then once it's in my crypto.com app, I add it to my card. Each of those steps incurs charges. And if I'm going to take 35,000 from Cryptex and put it through that route, I will probably lose $10,000. I don't know for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if I lost a huge amount of money. Certainly 5, 6, 7,000. I'd just be paying them for nothing. So we're constantly looking for ways of getting money out. One of the things we looked at, some of you know this, some of you don't, because we haven't really promoted it very much. One of the things we looked at was Kinesis Money. Kinesis Money is an online bank account. It's like an offshore bank account, in that it's completely outside the control of your local government. So, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to verify anything. It's your money. If you want to declare it for taxes, which I, of course, recommend that you do, so that you can pay your proper taxes. Okay, thank you, Salary Man. We'll come on to the chat in a minute, and maybe we'll talk to John about that as well. Yeah, so this Kinesis Money is good, and when you get your money from Matrix Freedom, you will need a Kinesis bank account, and Kinesis has a system where you can get the link from your upline, set up your bank account, and then you pass your Kinesis link on to your people within Wealth Warriors, and so when they're recovering their money, then there's a small commission for you. I'm not massively concerned about those commissions, but if they're to be had, you may as well have them rather than them staying, going to the company, or staying with the bank, or just going to some random person. So we may as well do this properly, set up the links to maintain the lines of sponsorship with Wealth Warriors, and then there's no confusion. So like I said, I don't think any of us will make a massive amount of money from that, but I think it's a professional way to handle it. So Kinesis Money is a good way to get money out. Having said that, I've not tried it. I only know a few people that have done it. There's now a new way of looking at this, and that's a new system that our upline in Cryptex have been looking at, and they're all massively excited about it. I'm not massively excited about it, but I do think that we need something where we can take out a lot of money particularly from Cryptex. So I'm going to show you a quick video about that particular card and what it can do for us. So let's, so that's the screen, so that's the entire screen. Application windows. Oh, that one, this one. Okay, so this is the secure crypto card, innovative payment solutions. It's the one card that changes everything. And if you go to this page, and I'll post the link to this page in the chat or in the I'll post it in the Telegram group. So there's a 1-minute video here. We're going to do that. There's another 1-minute affiliate video. We're going to do that. This one, I believe, is a 60-minute video. So we're not going to do that. Am I getting that? Sorry, 3 minutes here. 60 minutes here, we won't do that one. 1 minute here, we'll do that one. 1-minute affiliate video, we'll do that. And then there's a particular video for Cryptex members. So probably spend 6 or 7 minutes looking at videos now. We'll get them on the video, on this video, and also we can get some information from them.
In a world overflowing with innovation, why is money still confined to outdated systems? Is this truly the height of financial progress? Why do 1.7 billion people remain unbanked in an era where data moves faster than thought? Why is trust still expensive and so often exclusive? Why does it cost so much to send value across a border or to send it home? Why do small businesses and even corporations wait days to access funds that should move in seconds? Because the system wasn't designed for you. It wasn't made to serve communities, entrepreneurs, or enterprises. It was made to serve itself. But what if we didn't fix the system? What if we replaced it entirely? What if the smallest startup and the largest enterprise had equal access to global infrastructure? What if money moved as freely as information? What if the tools of financial empowerment were available to everyone, from the unbanked to global organizations? Access, speed, trust, control, not theoretical, not future state. Built now for people, small businesses, and corporate-grade users. TMX Global is a full-stack financial engine, eliminating barriers, democratizing trust, and restoring control. This isn't the end of a broken era. It's the beginning of a borderless one. This is TMX Global.
Okay, that kind of explains a bit. Let's have a look at the card and banking in 1 minute.
Introducing the TMX Global Hybrid Card, the ultimate mix of prepaid, credit, and crypto in one powerful tool. 100% approval, no credit checks. Shop online or in-store, anywhere Visa or MasterCard is accepted. Send money instantly, toggle on off, and even use it for hotels, rentals, and ATM cash access. With built-in crypto and a security Bontech wallet, it's privacy, power, and total control. Click to learn more and take control of your money globally. TMX Global helps you open real business bank accounts in different currencies, right from your phone or laptop. Send and receive money fast across countries and currencies with full access 24/7. Even if your business is in a high-risk category, we make it easy to get the banking you need. From small businesses to global companies, TMX Global provides you with safe, simple, powerful banking.
Okay, and then the affiliate video.
TMX Global is here, and we're paying out like no one else in the game. Our 3-tier referral system pays 30% on your direct signups, 10% on their referrals, and 5% on the next level. Hit $100,000 in direct enrollments and unlock the Titan bonus. That's an instant $10,000 payout, direct to you. Choose from TMX Signature, TMX Gold, or TMX Black. With plastic or metal cards, premium banking services, and global spending power. Earnings are never guaranteed. This isn't passive income. Results depend on your activity, your network, and total platform growth. The separate company-wide benefit aside from the affiliate program is that every gold and black card holder have the ability to qualify for the global rewards pool and share in 30% or 70% of monthly revenue. As our network grows, your potential payout grows. No limits. TMX Rewards, built for performance, powered by trust. Are you ready to play at the top? Make sure to get back to the person who invited you to secure your position today.
Yeah, a little bit more hype than I'd like in that video, but there we go. So let's have a look at this video here for Cryptex members. And I don't know how long this is, so if it gets more than a few minutes, I will we'll stop it and see what we want to do.
Hello, and here is the information you've been waiting for. Okay, so this is in regards to the financial card that is recommended for use with any company, but especially if you are a part of Cryptex. When choosing this card, please keep in mind that this card offers what no other card does. With a bank backing that has been in business for over 20 plus years, and there is no card loading limits. The platform for the card also offers an affiliate program for if you choose to give the information to a team member. If you are in our Cryptex team, this is an absolutely fantastic solution for member payouts as contracts mature. This will not only give you a way to withdraw, but many other options within as to where you want to send funds. And if you have a team within Cryptex, they will need a way to off-ramp their Bitcoin payout at the end of their matured contract. So when you offer this card to your team, you're also bringing your Cryptex downline into your TMX global structure. This gives them an option that they will need for matured contracts, and you can earn additional commissions here. That being said, the best option as a Cryptex member is the TMX Black package. Of course, you can choose any option you like, but since Cryptex will bring a large payout after contracts are matured, you will need the maximum benefits available that the Black package brings. And you can see those here. And this is the only metal card of the three options. Another reason to choose the Black package is that you cannot upgrade the price difference between the cards. So if you chose the $250 card package now, when the time comes and you need more income power, then you're going to need to choose the Black package at its full price. Also, this is important. If you have a team in Cryptex and your team wants this card, especially to give it to their team, and you delay in getting yours, there's the likelihood that they will get the referral link from another member. And seriously, there is no reason that should happen, especially because you'll benefit from 30% commissions on the sale of the Black package. So you'll have your $1,000 card purchase paid for with just a few team members who also get it. Of course, you can also wait until you're closer to your matured contracts. Just keep in mind that if you have a team, they may not want to wait. So please watch the few short videos that are included with this information. This is a very impressive financial solution. I'm going to play this video for you right now, and directly after this is the setup tutorial.
Welcome to TMX Global, your all-in-one solution for modern banking, crypto, and card services. Let's get into it. We're never in the flow of your funds. That means your assets, your control, no middlemen, no funny business. With TMX, you get direct access to multi-currency banking. Swap, send, spend, all in one powerful platform. Join our global affiliate program and tap into a revolutionary revenue pool. And it's built to reward the people who grow with us. Our infrastructure, military grade, fully insured, audited, and built on Fireblocks, so your assets stay secure in motion and at rest. Need to move big numbers, like tens of millions in crypto? We've got you. Gain access to a secure OTC desk. Private, fast, market safe, deep global liquidity. Flexible settlement options. You're in full control. Spend globally with our hybrid credit card. Unlimited usage. 100% approval. Fully international. We offer custom corporate banking programs, white label card solutions, and seamless B2B payment flows, all under your brand. Need to move between crypto and fiat? Send a card, send to bank. And yes, get paid commissions instantly. Every transaction is fully KYC AML compliant and built on Tier 1 banking rail. TMX Global, built for performance. Powered by trust. Let's move money smarter.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Please watch the rest of the videos that are included with the information. And now if you continue on in this video, you're going to see the setup tutorial for TMX Global. Follow this tutorial exactly as it's shown so that you set up correctly. And also be sure to send this video to anyone you refer so they also know how to set it up correctly. It's an easy setup with the owner walking you through each step.
All right, what's going on, everybody? So we are going to do a quick walkthrough on how to set up a TMX Global account. So here is the referral link. You're going to paste the referral link in the URL like Jose has done. And now he's going to scroll down or...
There we go. There we go. Blimey. Technology is a wonderful thing. So I don't know if you followed that. I was unable to switch the video off for a little while. So don't know whether you followed it or you just looked at my bewildered face for a few minutes. Okay, so my thoughts are that a few things. One is we don't need that card just yet because none of us are in a position to withdraw Cryptex. So we haven't got to make a decision right now. Two is I'm always very suspicious when there's lots of hype about get it now, don't miss out, get your people to get one. You'll miss out if you don't do this today. You know, it's just it doesn't sit well. If it's a good opportunity, it will be there in a year. It'll be there in 2 years. We haven't got to jump to it and get everything sorted out right now. So we haven't got to make a decision now. So what I'm going to suggest is we hold off on that. So you're going to be offered this by lots of other people. This TMX card, you're going to be offered it by lots of other people on just people that are in Cryptex, that just in your network of friends. It's up to you what you do with it. My personal thoughts are we should investigate Kinesis money a little bit further because you don't have to pay $1,000 for it, and I think it can handle better. It can handle what TMX was saying there. It can handle it better than TMX can, without the hype, without all the mad dash to get everything done now. So what we'll do, what I will promise to you is I will look into it, and feel free, you can look into it as well. I'm going to look into it, make sure Kinesis is man enough for the job for what we need to start with. If it can handle the money from the hundreds and hundreds of thousands or even millions that we're going to be getting from Matrix Freedom, it can certainly handle what we're going to get from Cryptex. So I'll make sure it can do that. I'll feed back to you. And if that's the case, then I don't think we need TMX. But of course, if you want an additional way to get your money out of, to off-ramp your money or even on-ramp your money, some people still have difficulty buying crypto, and in which case join TMX, get the cheapest card, buy yourself as much crypto as you want. But I don't think we need it to support our Cryptex. If we have Kinesis money that can support can support Matrix Freedom, then it can also support Cryptex. That's my thoughts. Feel free, we'll be having a question and answer session in a little bit, so love to hear your thoughts about that. So that's all I want to say about Cryptex. It's exciting because I'm excited about it all over again because I only sort of started playing with these bonuses a little while ago, and I didn't realize how beneficial it could be for me and for you, for us collectively as a community, and also the people we bring in the future, because some of the people we bring in are going to bring large teams of people, and they will get the benefit from Cryptex, from all those commissions and bonuses, and so will you. The last one I want to talk about is, sorry, not the last one. The next one I want to talk about is Viralio. And some of you know that we were beta testing Viralio. It had a little bit of a shaky start. It's been better. We've had much better results the last week or so. Still not perfect. We still go through a bit of a spat where we earn I don't know, 5% of profits or whatever, and then within a few hours we've lost 5% of profits. So generally it's good, it's improving. We should all be making money from Viralio, and if not, then what I've seen people do is delete their trade bot, set it up again, and then all of a sudden they're making money. So if that's, if that's your experience or the experience of the people you've introduced to Feralio, get them to delete their trade bot and start it up again. If you have trades open when you delete your trade bot, don't worry. When you make your new trade bot, Veralio has a memory or a record of the trades that is taken for you, and so it will know to close those trades. Even if you've deleted the trade bot and set it up again, it will know you've got those open trades. So Veralio, still looking for better performance. We're looking for about 20% a month. But I think that now is the time we can start talking to the other wealth warriors we know and the other people we know to bring people in. There's a lot of people interested in AI trading simply because it's been given a lot of hype. My experience is that most of these AI trading bots out there aren't worth anything at all. I've looked into a lot of them, and they promise the earth and deliver very little. So that's really why when Veralio came along, I know the people involved in the project and I knew that they would get it right. Have they got it right yet? I don't know. But as you know, they've come a long way in a month or a couple of months, and they're going to get it right. They're going to get it up to 20% per month on a consistent basis. I'm very, very, very confident of that. So I think it's time we can start talking to people now about Veralio, bringing more people in. They can start with, now this is an important point. When you set up your Veralio account, you need to put $100 into your Veralio account. You'll get some bonuses. As soon as you register, you get $10 worth of credits in your Veralio account. When you top up your account, you will receive an additional bonus based on however much you top up your account. The more you top up, the bigger the percentage. That's still available. As far as I know, that's still available right now. The company Veralio, or the company Beep, in fact, who own Veralio, have told everybody that they want them to have a trading account with $5,000 in, because they've set up Veralio so that they can make some money. However, what I've told them is that, and this the CEO is a very good friend of mine. I've said to him that if we do that, if they insist on that, then we can't adopt it as wealth warriors, because one of our criteria is that people should be able to get in for a small amount of money, $100 or so. And so he's given my group special dispensation that we can get in for $100. However, we have then made a commitment. I'm not sure whether it's a firm commitment or just kind of a loose arrangement. We haven't kind of tested the boundaries on that yet, but we have made a commitment that when we do set up for any amount, $100 or more, that we won't withdraw our money from our trading account until we've grown that account to $5,000. What you do is up to you. I'd appreciate it if you did aim to do what I've said, and that is, let it build up to $5,000. But of course, if you have an emergency and you have to get your money out, take your money out. Nobody's going to tell you not to. There's no penalties associated. It's just an agreement we have. And if we have 1,000 wealth warriors and one or two of them don't stick to that arrangement, then it's not the end of the world. I wouldn't feel that I've broken my word or let them down. So, but if we can stick to the plan, grow your account to $5,000 before you start taking money out. The other thing is, of course, that if you have something that can produce 20% a month, you want to grow it. You don't want to be making $20 a month when you can make $2,000 a month, $20,000 a month. So you want to grow your account. You want to have a large trading account, so that you make a lot of money from it. That's just, that's the plan. Now, this thing about people within my group being able to access the system for only $100 in their trading account is not for general publication. From time to time, we will meet up with other people in Veralio, okay, and we just don't say a word about this arrangement. I've not made an agreement with the company about that. I just think it'll be prudent to keep that to ourselves. Why rock the boat when there's no need to? So we'll just keep that to ourselves if that's okay with you. When we're talking to people about Veralio, or what I'm doing is I'm saying, you do this, you do that, you get set up here, $100 there, and then you create a trading account. I don't talk about an amount. And then when we get to the bit about setting up the trading account, I say, so how much do you want to put in your trading account? And they say, well, what should I do? I say, well, the company asked us to put $5,000 in. But it's up to you, whatever you want to put in. You know, how much were you thinking of? $1,000. Okay, let's do that. However, because it's less than $5,000, what we'd like you to do is to not withdraw any profits until that's grown to $5,000. Is that okay with you? And if they say no, what I'd like to do is to take as soon as I can, I'll take my $1,000 back. I say, okay, so do that. And then after that, and I'm talking about one person I actually had this conversation with a few days ago. So, okay, do that, get your $1,000 back out, and then let it grow to $5,000. Says, yes, I can do that. So that's kind of how I'm explaining it to people. If somebody says they can only get set up for $100, I say, yeah, let's do that. 1,000, 2,000, that's fine as well. Okay, so just some tips there, if you like, some information. If you don't have confidence in Veralio just yet, then keep watching the trade bot. At some point you'll realize that it's actually doing great things, is working day and night, or she's working day and night, and you're going to make a lot of money just from the passive income side. There is a commission side, and that involves you introducing people on your front line. In round terms, and I won't go into the intricacies of how it works, but in round terms, you will earn 7.5% of the profit that those people make on your front line, and 2.5% of the profit that's made on your second line. So ideally, you want to get a large number of people on your front line, get them to get a large number of people on their front line, which is your second line, and you will be making money from those commissions as well as making money from your trade account. So that's Veralio. The last one I want to talk about is something that I'm a little bit excited about, and that is e-estate. An e-estate is a tokenized real estate company. I've been involved in real estate since about 2006. I've had my own property portfolio. I've run a property sourcing business within the not the construction industry, but certainly in the property industry. And I've done quite a number of deals with people and help people set up deals in the real estate industry over the years. So it's kind of like I like real estate because the only limit you making money in real estate is your own imagination. You can take something that nobody else can make work as a deal, and you apply your imagination to it. And you say, well, if I get the money from there and I do this, and I get this person to agree to do that, and then get the government to agree to this, and then and that's it. And all of a sudden you're making hundreds of thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of dollars, based just on the strength of your own imagination, your own ability to create the deal. You know, and if you look at how Donald Trump used to run his real estate business, that's exactly it. It's get the money men in, let's get the real estate, let's get the regulators in, let's get the suppliers for the materials, let's get the workers together. Brilliant, let's build a skyscraper. You know, and that's just what you can do in real estate that you can't do pretty much in any other business. So I like real estate, and the first property that was ever tokenized was in 2015. Okay, so that was kind of pretty much before most things in cryptocurrency got off the ground. There was certainly a lot of tokens were not available. It was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that's it. And so 10 years ago, they tokenized the first property and sold off bits of that property as tokens. So it's not new technology. Some people love to run around saying, well, let's get into this. It's brand new. It's the latest thing. Get in before anybody else says. No, you sit back, let other people try it. Okay, let them iron things out. Let them get to version 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we'll get in. Then we'll make some good money, because there are rarely any industries or businesses you have to be the first one in the door. And you've only got to look at the number of businesses. In the UK now, we've just had a new car purchasing company set up called Cinch. They were set up about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Well, if you look at all the car companies that have been around for the last 150 years, 40 years. Okay. You'd think, well, there's no room for a new car company. Yes, there is. Most of the companies that were around 50 years ago aren't there anymore. Okay, but then there's a new company on the block. There's a new way of doing things, and so there's always room to do things in a new way. So that's the point I'm trying to make about this real estate thing. So they've tokenized real estate over 10 years ago, and now they've got it right because all the smart contracts and all these other different things, the technology's caught up with it, and now is a good time to get into tokenized real estate. So I'm going to show a quick video about e-estate. I'm excited about it because I think that we can make a lot of money there. I'm not going to go into too much about it. There's plenty of videos that I'm going to post information about it. One of the things that grabbed my attention was that this chap I'm working with, I'm actually working directly with the CEO of the company, and he said, "Look, Andy, what I can do is I can take $10,000 of your money and I can turn it into $99,000 in 18 months." So that kind of got my attention. So that's not as good as Cryptex, okay, but it's a lot better than BitHarvest, for example. Okay, it's maybe not as good as Matrix Freedom, but it's a lot better than Veralio. So I was kind of interested at that point. So let me play this video and we will talk about it again in the questions and answers. If I sorted out my audio, let's say not audio speaker. Let's go rid of that.
Future of real estate investment starts here. The real estate market is long overdue for change. High entry costs, low liquidity, bureaucracy, and hidden fees have made traditional property investment complex and inaccessible. E-estate is redefining the industry. Through EST, Estate Token, we enable seamless property ownership, investment, and income generation. Real assets are tokenized on the Binance Smart Chain, ensuring full transparency, security, and a stable source of income. Every asset undergoes AI-driven analysis, legal verification, and expert evaluation, guaranteeing capital protection. E-estate is not just a platform, it's the new standard in real estate investment. Benefits for buyers. Imagine having the flexibility to invest in real estate while earning consistent returns without the hassle of traditional ownership. With EST tokens, this vision is now a reality. For as little as $117, you can enter the digital real estate market and enjoy legally backed property ownership, blockchain secured transactions for full transparency, lifetime passive income from rental profits, global access without geographic restrictions. Estate Token, a new era of real estate. We are revolutionizing traditional assets by transforming them into EST tokens. Each token is a digital representation of physical real estate, with its value tied to tangible assets. EST introduces an innovative two-phase income model. 1. The active phase, first 18 months. Enhanced daily returns of 0.41% to 1%, providing a powerful opportunity to accelerate your capital growth. 2. The passive phase. Lifetime earnings of 10% annually, paid out every 6 months. The more you invest, the higher your buyer status, unlocking premium properties and exclusive privileges. Digital real estate offers real financial growth without the limitations of the traditional market. Benefits for real estate agents. E-estate introduces a groundbreaking approach to the real estate business. Agents can earn commissions on transactions, build client networks, and generate passive income. How agents earn. Deal commission, instant commissions from every transaction across 8 levels. Profit commission, passive earnings from clients' rental properties across 5 levels. Agent bonus, Additional rewards for sales milestones and career growth up to 10 levels. E-token, ETK. Digital incentives for task completion and rank progression. Additional earning opportunities. Money Wheel. Spin for 100 ETK and win between $1 to $1,000 per spin. E-Wallet, a secure instant payout system for managing your funds. The future of digital real estate. Every transaction on eEstate is backed by legal contracts and blockchain-based smart contracts on the Binance Smart Chain, ensuring secure and tamper-proof deals. Strategically headquartered in Panama, eEstate operates in a tax-friendly jurisdiction, ensuring full legal compliance and zero taxation on international earnings. Join the digital real estate revolution and start earning today.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete...
This is New York City's
Okay.
East Village, and I'm standing in front of third.
There we go. Again, I don't know whether you caught that. YouTube doesn't do what I say anymore. It's got a mind of its own. Okay, so that's eEstate. A couple of things I don't like about it, being upfront about what I don't like. As you know, I don't like businesses that have their own tokens. I like to be paid in Bitcoin. I like to be paid in Ethereum. I like to be paid in USDT, and that's pretty much it. However, I think if we want to get involved in something as good and solid as real estate, we need to put up with all of the real estate tokenizing companies have their own tokens. So I don't think there's a way around that. The other thing I don't like is, I don't know whether you picked up on this, you can become an agent, and an agent is what we would refer to as an affiliate. So if you want to introduce other people, you can introduce people just to buy properties through your account, or you can introduce other people to become agents, affiliates. If you want to be an agent, there's a subscription cost per month of $9. So it's not a massive amount, but generally I don't like the subscription model for running a business like this to add it to Wealth Warriors. And the reason is it becomes a weakness in the Wealth Warriors setup. If people don't, and as you know, we have all sorts of people in Wealth Warriors, so some of them not as tech savvy, let's be generous, some of them not as tech savvy as others, and if they don't know that they need to pay their subscription every month and go there, input $9 of crypto to pay their subscription, they could fall out of subscription and they lose out on profits. They wouldn't lose the properties they purchase, but they would lose out on their profits, and you might lose out on commissions as well. So I'm not massively keen on a subscription model. However, $9 isn't a massive amount, and we can encourage people to pay annually. And I think for annual subscription is $90. So $90 once a year, I don't think is a massive amount of money for somebody to invest in a tokenized real estate business. Of course, that $90 just gets you in the door. It doesn't get you to buy any properties, but you can buy properties then for as little as $117. I've got just over $1,100 worth of property. I've got my foot in the door with the least amount I can get with one apartment in Miami, and two houses. Total cost to me was $1,100. And I'm making about $8 a day. You can auto compound, so that $8 a day is increasing every single day. So you can auto compound, or you can not auto compound, but instead of the money adding to your property portfolio, it goes into your e-wallet, and once you have a certain amount of money, you can withdraw that money. Just quickly convert it to whatever coin you want. I think they deal with something like 50 different coins. So if you prefer Ethereum, or you prefer Bitcoin, or you prefer Litecoin or whatever, they can accommodate that. I think it's 50 different coins. So that's it. I think I commend eEstate to the house. I think it's something that is going to be good for Wealth Warriors. And as you see now a pattern beginning to emerge about the different platforms. We're staying away from all these platforms where, oh, you get 1% a day, but we don't quite know what you're doing with your money to make us more money. And as you know, I've investigated, I've carried out due diligence on over 150 of those, and those types of businesses, forget all the others, just that type of business. Buy a plan, 2% a day for 5 days, and this sort of thing. They're all crap. It's all make-believe stuff. Most of them don't have anything behind them. They don't have a company. They don't have any way of making more money. It's just a Ponzi scheme, and they will all go bust eventually. I'm really, really confident of that. So the platforms we have been choosing have something substantial behind them. BitHarvest has boosters, proper machines that you buy, you own them. Okay, Wealth Warriors, Veralio is trading. You can see that they're trading with your money and making you more money. E-estate, you buy properties that, somebody once said that real estate is as safe as houses. I don't know whether that's meant to be funny, but I thought it was. So that's what we're looking for, is businesses are good. They're doing something with our money to make us more money. And I believe e-estate fits that bill and is something we're all going to make a lot of money from. Two things about estate. One is that I believe that we can use that money to make more money. I think if I put as much money into e-estate as I put into BitHarvest, I could easily make that $100,000 in 18 months. I can make that 3 times over, which would be, a vast improvement on what I'm doing with BitHarvest. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not rubbishing BitHarvest. I'm saying it's a good place to park money, not necessarily a good place to go there and make money. E-estate, we can actually make money there. The second thing is when we get paid out from Cryptex and when we get paid out from Wealth from Matrix Freedom, e-estate is a good place to park a big chunk of money to make a lot more money. So that's why I think we should add it to the portfolio, and I'm on board with that. So there we go. That's all the stuff I wanted to talk about this evening. So I was going to say I'm going to come back to the room, but I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off the recording, and then we'll open the room up and we can have questions and question and answer sessions. So that's it. So let me just finish off the video. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. We do this Zoom call on a Sunday evening, 10 o'clock UK time. Generally, this session would be about Wealth Warriors, why we do it, what our philosophy is, criteria for accepting a platform, the mechanics behind how it all works, and that sort of thing. So we've done something different today, but come back on a Sunday evening, bring new people with you, and we will teach them how Wealth Warriors works, why they should get involved, and how it's going to benefit them. They get involved in one platform, and now they'll have 5 platforms built below them. They get involved in one, and that multiplies their time, their effort, their money across 5 different platforms. And in the future, we're going to have more than 5 platforms. So it's getting to be a good system, and like I say, bring your people along, get them involved, because it will benefit them with their long-term plans for wealth, personal wealth and generational wealth on into the future. So I'm going to sign this video off. Thank you for your attention, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. God bless.
I want to see you win. I want to see you absolutely smash every single dream you have. I want to see you overcome all of the barriers you face, and I want to see you succeed. I'm your biggest fan, your top supporter, and I'll be with you every single step of the way. You're destined for greatness, with or without me, and I want to see you achieve. Your potential is limitless, and your determination is inspiring. Keep striving for your goals, and I'll continue to cheer you on.